niemo ana yere. Papa so pangu masose. Yes and no modo. Papa so pangu masose. Yes and no modo. Na niemo ana yere no. Niemo ana yere.
Niemu ne yehwe. Anopei me ka kire se wa se niemu me na me ne pa bobo boy. Me na na me back no e wo 72. Story me pesa me bosso kakra ya na ye discussing nsem we ya na amanfo dodo na ani age se politics ne dawson de but when su bi hia se mo am follow Ghana Statistical Services omode new report bi aba na report omode aba no pay no se wo ye Ghana ni a wutie me na wo hwa ba bi o ha wo rebe ho ba bi o ha wani beje ba bi o ho so obeye confused kakra na omo a title ne say average public sector salary. Average public sector salary. The latest one. Omo yen hwehwemu afa Ghana yankatuasem ho. Na akatuasem na omo yen se netie. Omo kire say asat February ya yewomu yi. Ye minimum wage. That's say Ghana ni bia wo ye adwuma dakro a sika e wo se ye de ma wo. Dakro bia. Obia ntimi ntua or less than that e wo mremu no 18 cedis 18 cedis a day na wo se mark obia 18 and above na omo se omo ya omo hwehwemu ni nyina wieye no omo a highlight very deep inequalities our public sector wages na Ghana ha nyina no omo enkrata mu nipa yetua ne car na katua so pa oje 418 cedis a month 418 me bacho we ye de e won kratam 418 cedis a month na highest paid person no the lowest paid in eje no oje 81 times enti 418 no okay kabo man say highest paid public sector worker e was our range no oje around 34,000 a month 334 million ena oje anamebo 34,000 no o de call old currency na che say eno no enti the oje lowest salary eje 418 e wo Ghana ha according to Ghana Statistical Service ena the oje highest no eje around 34,000 a month omo nyina wo public sector na earning inequality no omo che say 10% Ghana ha yesika yetwa se edi tua katuafo ka no anase adwumayefo ka katua se bia yeyi 1 billion e de ato ho a sa 1 billion no nipa 10% pe omonko agi mu 22% enti se ye de 10,000 cedis eto ho a nipa mako 22% of public sector workers no omonko agi mu 10% omo Ghana mo 22% of your salary na ye ya ka ni nyina ya che de aka nafa se wo inequality na ye de akatua ne to ha the top 10% of public sector workers omo je akatua kese no omo je entire salary budget no omo je mu 22% na fe de aka ne ya chairman keto na yegu ase no enti eche se esorofo no je more only 10% omo je 22% of the salary budget. Mass we no den kakra say the 100 million to her na nipa 20 na wadwuma ni mu a nipa 20 na mu 2 pe 100 million no mo kwaji mu be say 40 million the aka na ya chama nipa 18 na aka no enti kakra bi ji akatua bebre nso ji akatua ketua bi na omo say half of employees no omo account for 1/3 of the total salary disbursement. Na just say more than 50% akatua na yekwaje ne yeketua bi na allowances nso enka wo a wakatua esuano na nka allowance ayekese kakra omo kire say omo ji akatua kese no omo allowance eye more than omo ji akatua ketua no enti sa wo hwemu a se say Ghana yakatua ayeje no de oje ketua 418 de oje kese na se ga badam ye 34,000 a average salary average ushia obi a oye adwuma bia no obo na katua chewa e bia on the average a 2,500 cedis Nti se uji below this dia na che se salary ye below average e wo Ghana hampo 25 million. Obi a obehia ne bia wo hia nipa 100 a e bia mu 80 ana 70. Omo se yakatu 23, 22, 26 and two billion average no. Ghana ha average salary is here according to statistical service. Omo abanya for omo adwuma. The market average 25 million, 2,500 cedis a month. And any pan waji. The ojeketwa 4.8, 418, 4.1 no. Na ufri hoa employees or muji between 5,000 to 9,000 cedis no. Omala ones 26 times higher. Omo market to understand what's no. The omoji 2,500 omo average no. Omala ones sir. Omoji about 5,000 to 9,000 no. Omo allowance 26 times into semene wonder what jumam hai. Wonder je 9,000 cedis a month. Na me meji 2,500 cedis. Allowance na ye de maye no. Ya mame wonder how the calculator na boa me kakra. Oje 9,000 cedis a month. And na meji 2,500 cedis. But allowance na ye de ma no. Dia ye de be ma no. My friend say one amount to be amount 112 cedis as allowance.
112.
There be amount me 112. Me na me 2,500.
Oh, okay.
Nti amount me 112 times in the 26. Say
2,912.
Nti the oje na me ameje 2,000 cedis no. Ya mama allowance of 100 cedis e wo adwuma ha.
Yes.
But wo awoje 9,000 no. Yasama 2,900. There's a 3,000. I bekan wakatua no hamana koye 1,200.
Yes.
But me a memeji 2,500. No allowance 112 into 2,600. One with the increment according to Ghana Statistical Service. Now regional difference in the Greater Accra and no more how market was ro. Accra recording no highest average monthly salary. Not just say national in 2,500, but Greater Accra there. The on year to Accra no was 3,142. Me purchase average. Average. Greater Accra. And he say below this next Accra na here for so count.
Go for 400 oh.
Yes.
Go for 500 oh.
According to Ghana Statistical Service. Greater Accra.
On paper.
Yes. Oh dear, me person me run it through ni nyina na.
Okay.
Yankum kakra. Regional difference no wonder 3,142 Greater Accra. And ye regional yetua ni paka yi nti sa wo Greater Accra na wutie me na wakatua nru 3,142 a month wo ye below average e was our region no mu ahia wo ha ena region na yetua omoka lowest e ho de obekọ na obi a obehia ne bia 1,006 yama me 1,009 yama me 2,001
yama me 800
omo so makatua ne ho na average no e ye 2,212 na say 2.2 and the demo 22 million. 2,212, 22 million. And the Greater Accra 31 million. Now gender pay gap no man and mema. There is a 6% gender pay gap recorded with men earning an average of 2,669. As a mema jaketuaka krabi chain ma 100. Usha mema 100, ma 100. A mema 100 no more na jaketuya chain ma no. On average, compared to a manager 2,500. Nti ya ketua na me man bro man so bia be 100 cities. Yes. Okay. But ombro moso. But the disparity was more pronounced in the Upper West region in terms of gender. And one day Accra na be 100 cities dema and one of 400 cities, almost 400 cities na da man me market to Emuwa pa. Na 348 Ghana cities more than women. And we a 13% gap. Intuition national na. A man me market to and 6% gap in them. But oko Upper West there. A man me salary no a 13% gap in them. Na earnings and so vary by age. A hona me pese Ghana for nyina di o madwen ko ho. Yese mpanyimfo na omadi above 60 years no. Omo average salary 14,466. Necessary obi a wadi proof
from 60
years be a obehia no average ubebusa na salary no agi be 140 million and above.
I was so co pension no.
Pacho no.
And I heard
no.
And the 14,000 cedis.
No. Omo amadi abro 60 years be a public service. Abanya adwuma mu no.
Okay.
Ubeshi omo average bi awaji above 14,000. Na say 14.5 ho baby. Memfa allowance mai. Enti ono na allowance ne be 26 times. The wo 2,000 woje. Na omo di bro 60 years omo je 14,000 no. Omo 51 years to 60. Omo de no 5 times lower. Enti omo 20 ba ne de. Na che say omo 20 ba na wo 2,000 no. Na empanyimfo no 14,000. Ti the gap between omo 14,000 and omo ye young. Omo
2,900 and 2,500.
Na say obi a wadi bru 60 years no hwe na katua na obru omo form no by 12,000 13,000 gap.
Hey, emua.
Yes. Nti obi a wadi 60 years bi ana obehia no na katua ne doso chen obi a owo 25 30 45 no obru omo so be 13,000 cedis. Allowance ne mai no so 26 times.
Hey.
Institutional pay gaps and policy. Differences in earnings extend across government institutions. Highest institutions omutua skapano. Omutua 9,000 more than omuntua. Ebi ti say aban adwuma bi ho a.
Yes.
Ebi amemfa ne say henfa ne etuatua bi a GMPC Bank of Ghana ene sa adwuma no. Averagely aban adwuma ne bi ho a yetua ebi mu ka 10,000 more than the omo yentua omo kakra no. What you say?
Aye.
Enti ye wa aban adwuma bi ho teacher bi a Ghana Education Service na katua 3,000. But the same aban adwuma bi a Ghana Gas na nipa no ho no oje 17,000
a month.
Yes, nti gap by dem no average or higher 17, average or higher 3.
Hey, emutintin de
Yes. Nti ohwe institutional pay gaps na emu wa omoje 9,333 more than 4 times the oje 2,000 cedis no oje. Now with government spending 2.3 billion month busumi bia no public sector no you spending 2.3 billion on the public sector allowances nkwa. Na allowance ne so mo omoje aketua kese no omoje. Na no pay
sika potene de nyama.
There be 2.3 billion allowances. Yes. Na enkomodidie mu no from enu anajo na mehwe se yes ya research so many times our Ghana. Na ade ba ko a higher ne se Ghanaians earn very low salary. Ghana for yakatu compared to French speaking countries. Nigeria de menko ho.
Yes, your minimum wage in what form?
Your minimum wage in what form? But say what they to globally are. Menfa ne say country bit say Angola. February 2025, your minimum wage in 18 cedis a day. And we are $1.2 a day. Now, almost edges 7 per day. Yeah, the 1.2, but almost 7 per day. O check the cost of bread. Yamfa ne say country bit say US. The only be check am who say waka to yeso ane say. Yeah, minimum wage a day 18 cedis. The cost of bread average 20 cedis. Do you understand?
Yes.
You see, minimum wage 18 cedis. Say mo take care mo tie no.
Inti month no kra no kita say 440.
No, men command. Men command.
540.
O command ta. Obebri ani so. A day bia you see entua oka 18 cedis. Minimum wage. Bread 20 cedis. Enti we adwuma a day ni nyina obetima ato bread.
Oba bread ni be 40 cedis.
O the average.
O the
average strike average. Pan no enti a day wakatu ye de ma no utumi de den eto pan no.
Na be so.
O the fan say waje 20 cedis. Minimum wage ni yatua more but waje 20 no je ya o the top pan no. But o hwe bi a country bi ti say memfa UK anase de enti amanfo bedwane akọ bread e wo ho no omo minimum wage $13 or $14 around that per hour e bi je $8 $9 per hour but bread bo na $2 enti wakatua wo beje 1 hour no betima to bread 5. Do you get it?
Yes. As compared to your
a day omo de no an hour of your minimum wage can buy 5 bread average.
Yes.
But what de a day ni nyina to bread into no 1 hour no what no to bread or 8 or 10 more hours to save.
And so no betimi save ya chen because they need to me to ba ko pe.
What de ni a day.
Hey, no ne de ne per hour.
Oh no de no no betima to 8 bread. What de a day no to me to 1 bread. Do person who say ahotre wo man bi mu a these are the indicators.
Asem na reho.
A bread and butter issue. You breaking your man down.
Angel Obama said, me fan said, we fear mudi pa.
Yes.
Mutimi di bread bako dakwa. Just say UK minimum wage per hour no.
Yes.
Ubeti media did na watching na.
Fantastic. But Ghana dia no obedi di 1 day. But no so the whole day. UK dia no so 1 hour no and etimi top bread 5. Nti na odi eno akoto bread
na so yadma 8 hours. Yadma 12 hours. And a bedi tell me we see ka obenya.
Exactly. In terms of transport, for instance, UK, the enti obi be dwane akọ sa ho kire mpo wo ho a. Analysis ne say, oma cape transport outside London. Ofro aban bus bi ana bus oma cape no say last year, 2 years ago na ye £2 a day ni nyina. And as say ye £3 a day. And no ye aban bus or more encourage public transport.
Yes.
Mami Musa say $3 no a day na ketua no. 1 hour of ne minimum wage ebi obedi or the befa bus a day ni nyina. But wo 18 cedis na say minimum wage no. Wo dey fa ne say wadwuma ura na yam ye. Wa ma 20 a day. Wo transport to say na wo spend a day from Ufie to her. Wonder o transport you say.
E kan kwa o.
But you say na wo say ohu. Na wo hu. Me pese you break it down na ye de ba. A day say na wo spend from Ufie to her. Transport no say na utua. Wonder kra no mato.
Obama
say wa say na utua.
E kam kwa o.
Sa na ye de hwe wo say aban say o ya bo mo homoden ye minimum wage 18. Adwuma na wo ye ne fa ne say e cost ro pantie amount 25 cedis minimum wage a day. What upon no we aka 5 cedis.
Aka bano.
Ubede na ubede tua sa.
Aka bano sister Jai. Oba enko akiro ye de aka na ya tia se. Oba ngofo be wura be hwana. Oba eka bano Jai.
Be say anya ne ma be say ya. Unhu say there need to be serious reforms in our salary structure. Me dey ba form. Enti se obi je 1 hour. Se obi wo UK o say ha de den ya busa ne say de enti no ntumi ma. Because opeso top pan no na katua no ye adwuma 1 hour wo de afaka ne pan no de aka nyina no de kotua rent no de bia ye ne niema but ha no wo minimum wage no wadwuma red yam ye nti o ma wo 30 a day wo de fan 18 wo ma wo 30 wa times 2 and 3 what pan no wi aka 10 cedis wo betimi de afaka afrifi akọ wadwuma mu e che say the whole day somebody in UK can use 1 hour of the salary to buy bread, milk, and also transport.
No, they are quite massing about 1 hour. But what would you know? What they are top bread? Ya two mama umpo no you can minimum no only the 1 hour.
My God.
That is how life is. Ya calculate this man because say US or ton milk tin. Me fan say a gallon. Or more gallon of milk $5. And no bet man on the be a bear
into full pack now.
Yes, obet man on the be a bear now watch and now watch me or more US or minimum. Ntis autos are $5 na just say 1/3 of our an hour wage, you know, minimum wage, you know, 1/3 and I would a gallon of milk. Our economy be an hour tree and an hour chimney. Oh, 10 of milk saying Yamau 18 cities, I'll bet him 10 of milk me no. Asa. Enu ye day. So the difference between an hour market no any day no say obi owo UK no oya adwuma 1 hour e so chai Ghana wo daily day we no times 5 1 hour enti yanka say ye pese ye ti say UK o but I was saying who the cost of living and their salary because we pretend to pay and people pretend to work
and they
enti me printe ade bi a 1959 Singapore leader obe change country from 59 to 1990 Lee Kuan Yew also oba e na de ohun say ma corruption ekoso o public sector yesa akatua yetua no enye oto we ya na katua senti obi awura adwuma no ma opede ono bedi ansa na waje adwuma ne de but ohun ne say utua competitive salary into omo ye white paper reporter research after 2 years into also opede the brightest and the best nipa o ma ben ye mfo mo nkwa aban mu nti ukọ Singapore obi ye teacher ni a otimi gi akatua te se obi owo UK o ye engineer
no mu nyina they are pair
and also na a transforming country no ama say o ma free book no I think say page 385 of from third world to first world country the omo ye a movie from third world to say ye one Kwame Nkrumah nyina ne bai eye de unhu se Singapore ni si wadwane afri ni kroma ba UK so be pay adwuma because ono ye teacher ni wo Singapore no. Ne salary better than engineer or UK, and because of that corruption from 1972 or institute here to 1980s, APT 19 and free one. Now Singapore for lives are transforming corruption index no echo lowest. And this corruption na ye ni say obi and Osha Ghana dear title na almost say amount for oh na me per title almost say per best CV obi per juma or per 7 years experience or per se or kofa se wakuta or per waka news be 10 years or per obi your experience wo following ohwa akatua wo de ma wono nso a and commensurate with
CV experience now the buy
o per best but you cannot pay. And he said ohwa akatua wo Ghana na nka amanfo ye magicians o de mebobo so anopai e chese busa ho say wo bosumi akatua no wo ye den na unya bi fakasa ba bosumi bia wo survival. A lot of magicians are living in Ghana. And fa sa de na to ho say me to milk saying me rent no a day wo de ojo 1,000 cedis a day a month. Breaking it down into a day e bia na 1,000 cedis no e de obeba be 50 cedis or 40 cedis a day. Also minimum wage 18 cedis. And they say you have to work for 10 11 days to pay for 1 day of where you sleep. So how do you pay that? Amount for share a lot of issues with regards to the salary. Now you teacher ni kabi at $3,000 in Singapore. Now the beto Ghana hoa ye started from third world. You can clearly see say one country is pretending to pay people and another country is paying people and getting the reward. And to obit your office or Ghana how loto the whole day because you say Nipano a natural tendency say the obedi ni here first. And even though so often a jumano or to one who bet because I was so supplementing a country and no idea tia wadidi the old man on what the 3 days asa and to say a per se a minor cost ye dear. Na sadia no mo yen so ma Singapore for public sector no omo twinipa from private sector. Can you imagine? Say be obi adwuma o MTN a omo hono government work me ko fa sa nipa no.
Just like that.
Ahado the ama private sector for nintu akatua ye ne say. Ohwe public sector no kra wo aban kra ono so onani kun hono wo fa wo ma wo sen. Into the aban salary structure no na etua.
No, they are compared.
Into obi fra brochire ba krom ananka otua be $3,000 a month ma obi a won a company na across the world, a multinational. Obedu Ghana na HR no wo Ghana ha no say $3,000 mpacho $3,000 and they say
hey
check him times 15.
Okay, since $1 near saying 15
with 15 page 15
hey.
Na $3,000 say be a multinational company be utia $3,000 on a company was South Africa, Angola and I say Egypt into a city be Ghana $3,000 near say
46,460
million na obetua the bag Ghana scamwa.
Yes
HR no be fa no Ghana ha no opese o mam nipa ne hu se me ye adwuma ma wo e mo kasa na hey Ghana ha ye best bank kra no manager ne yetua ne ka 25,000 na obi a wo ye a civil engineer no na wo be ma no 460 sa 3,000 no yemfa CDC ma no because na ye average salary into a save over 43,000 amount employer no
hey
because na o man no aban ya hye se ye ntua average person omo nyina omo kan bi nti obeseti apa nti ama cheap labor e wo krum ha nti am youth no mudwane kono nyese UK no ahoto wo ho bia o but o calculate se mitimi ya 12 hours a day a medidi menya da ya dem metimi ahwem abusua kakra but ha no me ya adwuma saa bia 13 years a ene te se de magi 2 years wo UK even though some ho nto me mroso bia no but eniema no ma me ho hen ha me omo calculate the cost of bread omo calculate milk rice no omo wi a omo de ama wakatua yen so de no 18 cedis a day wo de top pan no wi a wo ne o ma mo de ma no kopem dan but abai so wa ya de nti amanfo ko adwuma wo muna tika no okoso oni manager ntokwa yese wo penipa wo se wa ya adwuma 14 years experience or per master's degree wo salary yese o se 3,000 ni pass spend this I was school akọ awie degree awie masters or se mema 3,000 cedis. I think that we need a reconsideration of the Ghana salary and almost say research and almost say the biggest factor they say Ghanaians, especially government and the private sector no omo employment say favor.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh yeah. It's a secret, a open.
Yeah.
As a nipano wa whom or bona will be a juma sebra nebeye. But who expertise say when I will be ade up, I'm a jumana koso.
Yeah.
You see, as some abo boss say, Udru baby, I woke us Ghana, magicians. A lot of us are magicians. About him say, I know na mass of wobinum a bugana for fast.
Of course.
Because who say, ain't me, Missika way, also see averagely if say ye to 18 citizens, exactly as it is, Edia Manipana. Nipa or no si waji 18 a day, no, o calculate here, the sika nu 600 Ghana cedis a month.
Exactly.
Enti check said the cost of living equal. Accra. Check said the bia near my book or so. Enti say nipa no. So for beauty baby no say bra, wo ba. Me ya dia ma wa ma wo. Onyame be tene sa wo so. Obeya wonwa dia ma.
Ya busa.
Me say mirika de be kwa na dwuma no obeba na na abotan.
Busa onam for 4 girls na oni omo ha na mo kwa na jo sorry na mo yesi ni say onya visa na okodu UK ana okọ US aya okọ sorry me ka say
be ya why
because e bread and butter. Life is about bread and butter. This is it. Or say enhancing the CPBI. This is the Singapore story. Competitive salaries for the best and brightest. Obi a wako school waya DCGPA wabin. The British colonial government says a white paper on why you need best salaries to get the best of reforms. Me kind baby kakramao. Or say omo on Ghana 2025 report.
Yes.
Above 60 years and omoja ketu
14,000 plus.
Singapore, the NSA, by the year 1972, a report no be matured no. Also competitive salaries for competent and the honest government. Omo recommend this say to get the best for government and improve the country. Promotion for civil service for people before they turn 32 years.
Oh. Hey.
And to go country no more. Before so be better 32, not or your deputy of a ministry. That's right. Na average. Until from 22 years obe we university no. Omo we SHS kra no or ye adwuma. Until by 32 years ya share say averagely he should be able to be competent enough to be a deputy. And Ghana will be a 32, 38 no the deputy so a young because obe breast from 22 into enkodi 38 no. Ehono Singapore utimi di president. Yeah, in 40 years about
40 years.
Ye nim say ye brain no. Say ya amba ye salary structure no. Wo de kwato to Africa hono obi abeka se Nigeria mum sete no de amenti ase ne se krom ha wo ha ye se ato fuolim wo ha ye se ato mum emu every 20 cedis echo 100 cedis employer bi anim government nim but salary ni the same and to obi anu otumi to emu back from the salary no a woje lowest earner eje 418 enyame na meka Ghana statistica lowest earner eje 418 yato mum ma bedu 125 de efo no 5 kilos. Wo babako wo de fan say wa one wo ni ukunu. 5 kilo no be di ne sen. Wo je 418 aban se ne yentua o minimum. Wo koto mo 125. Abesi fie. Wo ntohwe nka ho.
Obama.
Wato pan no baako for bosume. Sikana sa. But this is a country that you are pretending to pay people.
And we are also working.
We are pretending to work.
We are working.
It's say lottery I handy no.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's to office hono. Now we bet it. Now Yamana is so convenient. Yama say eduma ne ntitwa lotto.
Unim nipa omo bet to UK.
One man.
Nipa 70 years and above 60.
Wako pension. Chese.
Me nua bia na me ne ye adwuma wo adwuma ye mu. Oja ye no ko UK. Na wo ye betting addict wo how US. Wo ye betting addict. Okodu hono. Osi oba. Me adwuma 1 hour me $18. Me amfa certificate bia ne bayo. Me omunim se me nko school da me $18.
So for bet ne.
Enti me the bet.
Enti bet no me nya time kra na me nhwe so kra. Me ye 12 hours and I say 14 hours a day. Enti for time se. Me save kakra. Enti bet na no ye risk. We dey me call adwuma nko ade a ye betua. Bet ne ye risk. So why should I and I'm say nipa bia anye corrupt we ase ye nwo obi a corrupt. It is the system that we have created because we are buying na Ghana statistical company awa show mo omo kone na maba na omo say wo brightest students omo we school masters for ye mo 3,000 cedis ye ton bread 20 cedis ye ton milk carton nti uti krom ha na no milk cry say why is kani
we prema ni
efie ye say boka hey atreba akupe
abainim daibo enti say ye pese ye fa white paper ebia ye ne Singapore de si so ne ye fa omode ne ye kohwe se wutua nipa ka ye ma wogya ne ma bebre omo say improve innovation say ene say wa to we ya say at once ya ma be 15,000 cedis a month enka o deserve times 2 of that.
Yes.
Ubom se wote wa na wodwen adwuma ne ho.
Ubom se wadwen ye adwuma.
Wadwen ye adwuma. Omo se improve innovation.
Obey.
Yes.
Me dey say, you kroma ye bibia brofo sem krata so fe. Ya kwati committee, yes ye national tripartite committee said the
Fair Wages Commission.
What one more oba, one more ye hwan.
Na wages so. Salary.
Yes one more na wages. Da bia no more about ta kwat no office na what ye condition on paper there. Omo bibia fine. Bedru ho se ntua ka oba.
Say mind be say by 1979. A comparison of the employment and earnings of 30,000 graduates in Singapore in 1980 found that graduates in private sector earned, on average, 42% more than those in public sector. These figures provided the Lee Kuan Yew government an insight into why the private sector had dominated the industries in the country. This was overturned a year later with the implementation of the White Paper, with government workers attracting the best and brightest, even from the public sector, and tripling their salaries. The result of that is what Singapore has transformed by reducing corruption, improving the lives of civil servants, and also attracting the best of brains from the private sector. Brain drain is at the minimum in Singapore for over 60 years.
Wow.
Over 60 years.
Over 60 years.
Obianko baby asa me kope greener pass.
The greener pass.
Greener ben.
Teacher ni a wo ho no. Ya man is sika chen se obekọ UK akoye engineer. Enti ade na oche no oche me se mene Singapore ni bi ko share wo UN conference wo US. Accra ono wo 24 years, 25 years. Na me papa, my twam for life begins at 40. Na oni Accra net na ho. Me nka se mabon. E bia nka me free krom ho. Na wo hwe niema e free na adwe mu ba. Me postu ne picture Accra wo Instagram. Niema e free na adwe mu ne suggestions a ono e ma wo ho. Ye wi a ono ye lead team lead maye. Na me busa Bendo Chimalo BBC said. Was 24 years. Ade na ya kire no teacher ni no he is well paid. Into what Accra na de na innovation bia no aban na ma obibi e wo se yede ma na ene teacher ni wo krom ha o wafuo be 5. Wanya ne sa oni di ntia bruofuo banchifuo bodyfuo no de nkura na
to kwa ofuo na kwa kodo adwen bia ni utirim
aban no so pese nkura ne ben you are pretending to
ko ben wo hefa
obi akọ training college awie wo ma na 2,500 cedis a month wo se wa ya de 3,000 cedis otopa no mako 10 bosomia na katua na kase o hai dan asika na sa on send bi man
sika na hye oba sika na yesen
sa nipa we pese o ye innovative
ye de nso ye sua theory ne sa no practical te se de wo ko hu ye
let's keep discussing issues like this ma obi nka say US e hofo US UK baby ani ho efo ba adwene na omo dwene say pano ye sen emo ye sen meat pie ye sen edan ye sen car ye sen yanka ni nyina mom ne hwese we ya ade a obi beye bibusumi bia obefa car obeda dem obedidi obenum nsu obetua kani a obeto phone obeto credit ye ka ni nyina aboma ne ye de amade nti obi free krum ha on go school da opepa form e wo Netherlands otumi to the best of perfume otumi to the best of shoes otumi to bibia bi but o clean toilet enye se hofu but ya ne se eye sa na oye ni yie na oye ni yie nso na ye gi obi sika ma na wura sa agya na ne so ye ne kese a obetua otua ne asade bia madipa no. That is how a nation works. You pay people 3,000 cedis, master's degree holders, and you want the country to improve. Brofo be be improve no. Countries have done research into this.
Say, with all our natural resources, look at our gold, our lithium, our timber. Your percentage saying any woman, you two we are the coin, send and come with all this no ba. It's me man hobra.
Me can for sabuko na mobia.
Obian to kwanko bebia.
From third world to first world. Kwame Nkrumah ne Lee Kuan Yew ne start here. Wa be read this book no. Ade a wo kai wo mu nie ne natural resource bia.
But ye woni nyina bi Nkrumah. And what is our problem here?
A human resource na wo se wo use ni yie.
Enti ye memu ha no. Obama. Wo hu sa book na kan. Enti o memu panimfo hu sa book no. like yen kan bi da hu da na o ka sem bi me yam shame say yen system we mu no 60 years and above for no they allowance so kra no do so chain. Oh my
according to Ghana Statistical Service, we have
like you did the research. So let's speak. Let's attribute it to source nankasa. And Ghana dear now when you see youth in a youth you chale ya brakwa hey public sector
UK hwan ye kan ya mamon ye ne say di yenim say holding so ye ka se bra wo ba because e ho 1 hour work 8 meter milk bread de fa car a day na afi wakwa akoye 14 hours nti 13 na aka no ye wo dan ene wo enjoyment nti na wo hu ne say me ye adwuma no ye de adwuma hye wo nsa wo ho a ubeye
nti oba enfa ne say ufrika so na eba adwuma ebia La Paz ana say bia free nsawam na eba adwuma Accra nti imagine say nsawam to Accra wo fair cry say e de no obedi say atare obehye mai
de
rent mai
de ote ase ma ye to fuelum de ote ase ma ye to lorry fame de ne nhihye ye ma ye to dan de ne nhihye ye ma ye to milk mu no ono an etua wo ka wonim se wuntumi onim se wo be wia no enso wo de wia memom
me pene sa sense metua wo ka wa yire wo ho aye
na nya nipa boni ni a
adan like they sorry I say na fe wo kwan na say ya Obama ama ye hunu no e che say na Germany for na Ghana hada ne enye ne say masa to adwi mu na enye adwuma why ye mfa ne say ya na enye adwuma
ye ka say ebie phone lines
na de ye
nkofie
ba wo be to be frank with you recently Shede Mali Burkina Faso guys no
o say em for 5 calls
Shede guys here
okay
because omo natural resources omo obibia ho omo se omo use de wo krom ho no omo nko ba bi fufuro enko yi bibia look at Libya before Gaddafi bewu Libya at a certain age oba cobra
na abufu a aba mu no hello udin ba bia kasa free
pintin bo mi di mesdemo a
okay enti o
kana enukuru ya ba adwuma e police and make more cantonment. But some me lot of 850 cedis. And easy. Me rent and buy a bushon for credit. Now say one more when you are doing Yamu now call police for the dignity now no be now the drink of whisker. Oh more bra. Until I buy a on 2 obianke tuemu. Now brabon more thing. Ye the crampo yenya. Ube we bushon now this car faka. Madam Master.
Well, these are issues that we can relate to. Obi antnasim breaking it down say me ye adwuma o UK I say holding but me 1 hour akatua no etimi top pan no sa 10 1 hour. Ghana me minimum wage no etimi top pan no 1 the whole day. Na say me need biem me mfa car me nware me nye hwe sa na ban na adwen ye ne say this is good. The year can say amai na omototo akatua mu yie no. After years, omunya home resource because obiye didi fire onko bokro no. Ewo adwumanum. We have to be thinking about the issues that we relate to because the emani ye hu ne say bafo the emani ye hu ne say yen hihye ye mu no. Omo si nipa na omo gi akatua mo no omo ye just 10% pe. 90% aka no. Extra go now no ye bebo SIC ma media. Enti 10% kakra bi no omo wo so ho. But Singapore security, teachers, engineers, public sector, you have to pay all of them well because 10%, according to statistics, 10% of Ghanaians are more. 22% of your salary, only 10%. Na ya no match afra.